Hi friends, so I'm back. 3 days ago I came back from my vacation on the Canarian Islands, La Palma, which was very nice. You should go there if you have the chance anytime. Just can say it's very, very nice. However, we are on the 4th or 5th video for the Polyend step. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, there will be more to go. However, the last video was a performance video of me with my setup, how I use it at the moment in my setup. And I thought it would be nice because there were a few people asking me how everything is wired up and what I'm doing with MIDI and with Loopy Pro for the looping part and the stuff. And this video is about explaining to you how I use Polyend step in my setup. And I think this is, I don't know if it's the right for everyone. Of course it won't be, but it's very, very convincing and good for me. I'm pretty happy at the moment how this everything turns out and works together. It's pretty nice, and yeah, let's go into it. As you can see, this is my pedal board. The signal is going in here. I have my guitar with the guitar is this jack here, and my bass, I have a bass pickup on my guitar, is this one. The bass goes under the pedal board, the stuff. This is not very interesting for now, but however, the guitar goes in there, goes into the wacko. After this, in the Silktone fuzz, then in the deluxe reverb, no, not reverb, the deluxe 55, into the megabyte, into, no, first, sorry. After the deluxe 55, I go into the MXR phaser, then into the megabyte, then into the Delverb. After this, I go to the tremolo, Supro tremolo, and last the Lion from UFX. And then I go directly into my CQ from Allen & Heath, which I have mounted on my pedal board because I love this setup. It is about convenience. Let's say just convenience, because I have everything wired up. I just have to get my pedal board on the ground and I'm ready to go, which is very nice in a live context, and I play a lot live. However, the second signal path is yeah, the Polyend step, and this is pretty easy. I go for the Polyend step directly into the CQ before I have these two wired up with MIDI. Let's switch the ankle. It's pretty easy. I have the MIDI out of the Morningstar going into the MIDI in of the step, and the MIDI out of the step goes into the MIDI jack, which is connected to my iPad. And the iPad is running Loopy Pro, and this has the cause why I have it set up this way is step is a MIDI through device, which is something you can't change for the moment, for this day. And I had a few problems when I was trying to get the MIDI out from the step through the Morningstar MC8, and from there with the MIDI jack to my iPad, and from there back again to the Polyend step. The reason for this was because I wanted to change the. Let me see how I can explain this. I want a few things changing with the Morningstar MC8. The one thing I have to do is switch the looper stuff. Also, I have a few comments, 3 to be exact, for the Polyend step. This is one song up, one song down, and very important, the pattern. You have just a pattern up or next pattern on the Polyend step itself. So I want one button on the MC8 to go pattern back before. And there's one thing more I will do, and I am doing with the MC8, and this is selecting specific songs. Because I plan to do my set lists on the MC8 and then switching the songs in the Polyend step. And this was, oh, there was a light going out, perfect. However, and this was not working the way before. And there the shout out on the Morningstar customer support, and also the customer support from Polyend, which both were absolutely great. They were writing a lot of emails with me back and forth, and they helped me a lot figuring out how I can do this. Okay, so let's see on the MC8 what I'm doing. Good, we are now on the MC8. One thing you have to know, I have two MC8s, and this one is the one that this button here is defect. This is not working. And I am thinking about changing to the MC6 Pro from Morningstar, and to see if 6 buttons are enough for me. I just use these 6 buttons here. So don't get confused about this. However, I have 2 main pages I use with the setup, and then this setlist stuff. But let's start. Okay, this is loop 1, loop 2, loop 3, which correspond to Loopy Pro, this one, and this one. The 4th is something I maybe use, but I'm just using my hands to. I have the iPad up on the stand, and I can just use it by hand like this. So this is just an bonus track or for special occasions. But with my feet, I am just using the first 3 loops. Then I have a stop, but this stop is not stopping everything. It has no transport control to Polyend step. This stops just the transport of the looper. And this makes very sense, because in this way I can run the drums but stop the loops in with one switch. This is pretty nice. Then I have here, this is the pattern down. As you can see on the Polyend step, you have here the pattern up. Okay, this is a song with just 3 patterns, but let's copy these ones. As you can see, I can switch just up, and with this button here I can switch them in the other direction, which makes a lot of sense for me, because I have often something like an intro, then the standard groove for the song, and then a variation of the song standard groove, maybe with a little bit more power, or just less, for a quieter path in the song. However, this is something I can very nice switch with these 2. Okay, you see here is an /U. This is an undo, and I have configured it this way. I have to sit down. Wait a second. Okay, this is configured in a way that the button from the Morningstar can be configured to do something on the press, on the release, on long press, long release, double press, everything you can think of. And what I did is I have the pat down command on the release. So if I just push it and do nothing, it won't stop. It's just, it's on the release. Check, check. You see what is happening here. And the thing is, on the long press, I have a second MIDI message, which, for example, I can show you. Let's see. So now this we have a loop with nothing in it. But what I can do now is holding this one. And as you saw, the loop disappears because it's the undo command for the loops. Then I have this here. This is a toggle between my two main pages that I need, and with a long press again it goes to my set list. But just the toggle is this one, and I have here slapback echo, a stutter echo, and a dub kind of echo for my vocals, which I am getting from Loopy Pro, and to be exact, from an Mooger Fooger MF104S delay app, which is pretty great if you want an analog analog delay sound from your iPad. And this is just for my vocals, which are going through the iPad. Or in fact, my vocals are not going through the iPad, but I sent my vocals also to the iPad from Alan Heath to, for one, get vocal looping, and for the other part to get my vocal effects, delays. So, and then I have song up and song down, which is a special message you can assign on the Morningstar MC8, which is just increasing a PC message. And as you can see, it goes one song up, and again one song down. Pretty easy, cool to navigate. You can even tap a few times and it scrolls down here. This is pretty cool if you want to get a fast change, or you have a set list inside Polyend step and you want to use it this way. So the other thing I did is if I hold this switch, I go to my first set list. And then this is just an example I made for me, and then I have song 1, song 2, song 3, song 4, and if I put them, they are the PC messages for a special song. So of course it is stupid to name this song 4, because here it gets to song 5 Boulevard, and what I will do is, of course, name them right. Another thing I programmed in here is that as soon as I hit a song, it goes back to my first page on the loop stuff, because this is something I need to have fast on my feet. Yeah. Then one pretty cool thing is, as I said, no, I didn't say it, but the Polyend step is a MIDI through device. So with a MIDI, I go to the Bluetooth connection to my iPad, and all this stuff is routed through the Polyend step MIDI into the iPad. The iPad is connected to my CQ for Alan Heath, and this works as the audio interface for the iPad. One very cool thing I found out is the transport control from Polyend step. You can send this to the iPad over the MIDI out, and this is extremely cool because you can adjust Loopy Pro to get the clock and also the transport controls from Polyend step. As you can see, this song has 90 BPM, and on it doesn't focus, but here you have 90 BPM too. If I change this changes too, and we are at 30 BPM, which is unlikely to happen. However, this is the one thing, the clock, and it works pretty stable. I'm pretty impressed with this. And the other thing is, if I hit play on the Polyend, you can see that the transport also started the clock on Loopy Pro. And the cool thing is you can adjust it in a way that the loops are starting with a downbeat. And this is totally great because you can, for example, arm this loop. It is not recording now, but it records as soon as I start the beat. And then it starts, and yeah, then I can stop it. It works until the downbeat, and then the loop runs. And this is absolutely great. Very cool thing to do. Yeah, that's about my setup. Just one thing you have, maybe, which is interesting for you. I have, like you see, I use mostly 3 loops. And these are this 3. And they are made in a special way. When I have this running, the green one, no, this is the wrong one. Sorry, the green one, this here. This is a vocal loop. You see, microphone is on, more or less. You can see that it's recording this. This is for beatboxing and stuff like this. Pretty convincing if you want to do a little bit more to the grooves, or you have backing vocal stuff running. And this loop is always in sync. It runs always, and it just gets muted. But you see, even if it's muted, it runs. So it stays at the same place all the time. And I can bring the vocals in and out how I want. However, these 2 loops work in a different way. This is a loop group, so just one of these can run at the same time, and they are synced up. This means I can use one for verse and one for chorus, for example, and this records synthesizer, guitar, bass, everything. So if I start this again on the downbeat, it runs, and I am finished recording the verse. I can directly switch to the next loop, and you see they're synced and they start running. Again, if I go after recording this one to the verse again, it closed this loop and this one starts running. And again, I can do this all the time in sync with the clock and with Polyend step. And this way I can switch song parts. And this is such a time saver because I'm not getting tired to say that one of the worst thing you can do with looping is bore the people, because they are interested in this for a short time and then they get bored because you take forever to start a song. And this is something you should maybe consider to not do. I know this is awful English, but you understand what I want to say. I hope so. Okay, that's it. So I hope you had fun with the video and you get some informations out of it. And yeah, if you have any question, again, if any thoughts, write in the comments, hit subscribe and the bell and the stuff. It would help me and I would appreciate it very much. Yeah, and that's it for today. Thank you very much. Have a good one.